Hi everyone, my name is Ruth and I have named my channel Becoming Mrs. Button Queen for a couple of reasons. So firstly, because Button Queen is my handle and that's a long story that I might tell you one day. And secondly, I'm doing a Bible study called Becoming Mrs. Better Half. And I wanted this channel to be more than just about bariatric surgery or weight loss surgery. I wanted it to be lots of different things. So this is about, I guess, me becoming me. I'm not sure whether I'll ever actually make these videos public, but I wanted to have them just as a record for myself. So I have decided to have weight loss surgery. I had my appointment yesterday with my surgeon, Dr. Mark Dowd. He operates out of Greenslopes Hospital, and I feel really comfortable with him and with my decision with him. We are self-funded, and so we discussed like what the complications would be and what would happen if there was something that happened. And so they actually have a policy that if it happens while you're there, then okay, if you need to stay an extra day, you don't get charged any extra money, or if something happens and they need to go back in, they don't charge you for that surgery, so they don't charge you anything extra. It's only just what is on the quote. So they quote you for 2 days, and if you have to stay for 4, you stay for 4 and you don't pay extra. So that was really comforting because we're self-funded, and you don't know what's going to happen. It's nice to know that if something goes wrong, that you're covered for that. So the main reasons why I'm having weight loss surgery. So I am 163 centimeters tall, so 5'3", I think that is. 109.7 kilos when I was referred for surgery. I'm 107.9 kilos now. So, and my current weight, my BMI was 41.1, I think. So I met the BMI category, but for me, I don't have diabetes. I have mild sleep apnea, but I have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2015, and I find it really hard to do exercise. I love exercise. I love going out. I love going to the gym. I love doing all the body pump classes and Zumba and all of that. I love it. But at the moment, even walking for 5 minutes means that for the next 4 days, I'm going to be absolutely crippled with pain and feel like every bone in my foot is broken. So it's not a good feeling to have that. So the other thing that fibromyalgia is, other than just being a pain condition, is also a condition that causes a lot of fatigue and brain fog, so I can't think. So yeah, bear with me. But I have just got my dream job. I've done training and I've become a trainer and assessor for an RTO, and I just realized I'm not wearing mascara, so my eyes look really squinty. Anyway, that's all good. I'm sure I'm going to look worse. Scary, but true. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I got my dream job. So I want to be able to keep doing it, but I've been finding it increasingly difficult with my back pain and my fatigue. I come home, some days I finish work at 4, get home at 4:30, lie on the floor in the lounge room. I can't move, and I stay there till 6:30. My husband, bless him, was he's laid off at the end of March because of COVID, and is looking for work, and he has been here to make dinner and all of those things. And I'm sort of getting to the point where I've got to quit my job or cut my hours, which is not possible, to be able to cope with at home, or we have to have someone to help in the house and pay for a cleaner. And lucky at the moment he's here, my husband's here, but he is looking at a career change, and he would be away for extended periods of time. It's a weird piece of hair, isn't it? So that would not be ideal if I'm too exhausted to come home and cook dinner. I have an 11-year-old. We have also, he has his daughter who is 17 this year. that lives with us, and we have an exchange student, a Chinese exchange student who's done year 10, 11, and 12 in Australia at the school that I work at. And this is year 12, so it's very exciting, and it's important that I can cope with keeping house and all of that as well. When you have fibro, the first thing they tell you is to lose weight. And when you have back pain, the first thing they tell you is to lose weight. And it's really hard when the thing that helps you to lose weight is the thing that makes you end up in bed for a week with vomiting, migraines, and pain like you've never felt before. So that's really hard. And I knew that I had to do something different, and I had to do something out of the box. I've tried some very interesting diets. I did Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers and all of those. I did a HCG diet, so 500 calories a day exactly. If you put on 100 grams, you had to track every day how much weight you were losing and gaining. I was successfully lost 12 kilos in the first 2 rounds, and then I just put it all back on again, and it didn't matter what I did, and it was not sustainable financially, and it was not sustainable as a lifestyle. I didn't want to be dependent on tablets for the rest of my life when I started to get heavy. And I had a friend who had been a long-term participant in that program, and so every year or so she would go back on the program, and it cost another few hundred, and it just didn't seem like a healthy, maintainable way. So I want to live a healthier life. I kind of gave up at the beginning of this year. No, towards the end of last year, I dieted all year, and I lost like 3 kilos. And so I was like, no, stuff it. I'm just going to be the weight I am. But unfortunately for me, my weight just keeps going up. So it's be okay if it just stopped. But it doesn't stop. It just keeps going up. So my set weight, I used to be between 70 to 80. Then I was 80 to 90. Then 90 to 95. And then I was like, okay, as long as I stay under 100. And then I hit 100. Okay, as long as I stay under 105. Now I'm 110 nearly. And I'm not doing anything different, So I have been following Mini-Me in Tennessee and Lisa. So hi, if you're watching. She's been really good information, and I resonate with her. She's about the same height, about the same age. I'm 45, by the way. And she was about the same age when she had surgery. I think she's a couple years older than me when she had surgery. I think she was 47. And so I can see sort of like how much she's changed. The first video I saw of her was one of her 3 years post-op. And that's been really helpful. Like, you see a lot of people who post early, but then you don't see the extended of what that's like. And I think the accountability of that, to say like, okay, I'm going to keep posting and people want to see what's happening. So then when I saw her original videos of her face, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, she looks so different. And so I'm looking at my face and I'm thinking, I can't imagine it being smaller, right? Like, I guess it's puffy here, maybe, and here, definitely I have my second chin, but I can't imagine it. Like, she just looks like a different person. So, yeah, excuse the pandemic hair. I did shave for a cure last year because my mom has cancer, and that's a whole nother story. And my hair was growing out, and I was getting it cut and colored religiously, and then the pandemic hit, and so now it's just kind of, it's my pandemic hair. I'm quite gray at the age of 45, which is, it is what it is. Sometimes the colors are really pretty, and sometimes I feel really drab. It just depends on the day, I guess. So I am looking forward to, in 3 years' time, having a video and being able to look back at this one and say, wow, I do look different. And I know the first 12 to 18 months after weight loss surgery can be like a honeymoon period. So I'm looking forward for this to keep me motivated. And so I'm going to wrap up here. I'm nearly at 10 minutes, and YouTube will only let me do 10 minutes, I think. So thank you for watching. I'll talk some more next time. And I look forward to seeing me shrink as I become Mrs. Button Queen.